Everybody, welcome back. We're doing another Marvel Future Revolution video. This is a sort of beginner's one, but kind of not. We're going to talk about gear. We're going to talk specifically which gear you want to focus on for those red stars. We hit this in one of our other beginner episodes, so maybe this will be one. We'll see. It's going to be a spontaneous decision. If it is a beginner's, it's going to be episode 9. So what gear do you want to focus on to make sure that you're getting red stars? A lot of hot talk about this. And I think I know where I've landed, so that's what we're going to talk about. If you're new to the channel, check out the Discord link in the description below. Hammer down like buttons, notification bells, subscription button, all the good stuff. Right, guys? Yeah, All right, let's check out the vid.
Bring me WolverThor!
Okay, so, you know, really what this comes down to is, like, I think if you're just thinking about what gear you want to have red stars, you're like, oh, regional, that makes the most sense, because regional gear is actually some of the strongest stuff. And we've looked at the workshop quite a bit, and, you know, I've talked about this in the other videos. These synchronized particle, or the syn particles, because synchronized is something very, very different. These syn particles are hard to come by, right? So you'll build a little bit up by doing spec ops. You'll be lucky to get like 10 or 11 a day, I think, and that's if you do well. So you're limited. You're like 1 to 2 crafts a day, and that's if you've got all this other material, right? And then even on top of that, the RNG drop rate from this is, I'd be shocked if it was 1%. It is so low, and that's 1% each time. So it's not like you're going to eventually get it, right? Now, we've also talked about in the store where we can actually eventually get to the point where we get these tokens, the special tokens. These are the tokens, these Omega points. You're going to eventually get these from doing draws and things along those lines, where you can see you're going to get these Omega points. Those will help that's Black Widow. Those will eventually help you get to you know, where you can actually pick a costume selection. So for those regionals, but it's going to take you a long time. It's going to take you a bunch of crystals to be able to do that. So the question starts becoming, all right, I know regional gear is the best gear, but to red star stuff, and if you're not familiar when you're red starring stuff, you come over here to the workshop and it's in the custom nano fusion. You take any of your 6-star, see it says only 6-star costumes can be nano fused. What you do is you take that 6-star, you put another one in it, and you get get that red star. So you start thinking about the second, it's like, all right, well, if I've got a ton of Midgardia or 6-star, it's like, all right, well, I've only got one head Midgardia. I did get boots Midgardia. I'm like, I believe I have one other set of boots for Midgardia. Here's Hydra Empire. I think this is them. Yeah, so I've got, in all of the crafting I've done, and I haven't even done a ton, I've only gotten one other regional piece. Whereas, you know what you get lots of drops of? See all these guns? Widow's got guns. I get a lot of these. Get a lot. Now, it takes a while to get it up to 6-star. You can see, like, I only have 2 5s, and I think those are both monthly drops. These 2 I pumped up. I now kind of regret that. I sort of wish I would have pumped up this one, where it's like, okay, I like the stats on this, so I'm looking at my stats here. Crit, attack, it's not bad. And I like the bonuses for the red Widow, where I get when I get to the forearm, because I like Red Widow's a good one, where I like kind of the firearm expert. So I would recommend looking at what sets of gear that you like with a 4 set piece on, or even the 3 set piece, and get those to 5, 6 stars and use those to get red. Because like I said, look at here's a Red Widow set or piece. Here's another Red Widow piece. Here's another, and you know, so here's another. You know, I've got here's a set of boots. I've probably gotten rid of a whole bunch of these at the same time as well. So I'm really leaning heavy into you know, going for the Red Widow stuff, because it's a little bit simpler to get, as opposed to, you know, I've gotten 2 of these. You know, I've gotten none of the other ones. I haven't gotten a chest. I haven't gotten in Widow's case a gun. So that's where I kind of land on it, you know. And if you're trying to decide, well, what, you know, pieces or what sets you want to get, I've talked about this a little bit, and I'll go into more depth in other ones. Just go into your collections, check out your costumes, you know, modern. All right, what am I looking at here? Crit damage is going to be the same, but basic skill attack.
I already did.
Oh, yeah, you don't like that one. You know, basic, it's like, I'm skipping all the regionals. Red Widow, like I mentioned, I'm kind of like, all right, firearm expert, so we'll check that in a second. You know, 1872, martial arts. You go through all these things and you're deciding, and really what you're trying to decide here is what abilities you've got, right? So, you know, I've got firearm, so that's deadly aim. I've got trap expert, that's espionage. What else do I got? High explosives, that's, you know, espionage. What else do I have on here? Some close quarters combat. You know, so you get these different things where it's kind of like, so I've got a couple deadly aim with Widow's Sting, and I've got the firearm, trap expert is espionage, explosive is espionage, trained assassin is close quarters. So if I'm looking at those, it's like, all right, so I want to go find that sort of gear to be able to pick. So go through what you have, whatever you've got. I'm not going to go through, you know, like for me specifically, you know, it's like, all right, Widow's Sting, like that's one ability. Don't do that. White suit, Master Spy, I didn't have any of those. I'm not doing that. Original, let's see, what do I got here? Trained assassin, you know, again, I'm looking for as many like high level abilities that I got. So like, you know, deadly aim. So where was the Red Widow? This is firearm, I think. So firearm expert skill, you know, it's kind of like, okay, do I really want firearm expert skill? Maybe I don't, you know what I mean? So that's when I'm gonna come in here and it's like, all right, so that's where I've got to do my research. Firearm expert skill, is this really what I want? I don't know if it is. You know, is it an actual classification that falls under that? So you're gonna have to pop back and forth between your skills and your costumes to decide what you want. Again, you know, basic attack, no. Red Widow, now I'm actually leaning a little bit against it because that's just my snipe. So I'm like, all right, I really want deadly aim, you know, and that's what I'm looking for is deadly aim. But all these are specific to a, you know, an ability that I'm like, I don't like any of that. I want that deadly aim situation because I know that I like that. Fear itself is like explosives expert, so it's kind of like, okay. So I mean, firearm expert again, you know. But you know what's funny is when you come to these, like Rise of the East, like, of course that's what I need, but these are rare, so it's like, okay. So I've got to find something that I really think is the best one. So anyway, make your decision, check it out, see what you think. And then I would consider red starring that. You know, maybe if it's one ability, you know, find the best ability that's on a short cooldown, high damage. I don't love doing that, to be honest with you, but maybe that's the route, right? Because it's easier to get red stars on it. So appreciate you guys stopping by. Hammer down that like button, notification bell, subscription button, all that kind of goodness. Check out the Discord link in the description below. And yeah, we'll see you next time. And until next time, what do we guys think? We want them to have a wonderful day? Yeah, we do. All right.